So I just finished Light of the Jedi a little bit ago, about a day or two, and it's actually the first novel I've read in quite a while, and it did not disappoint. Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule is the first novel and the first adult rated novel in the High Republic Publishing Initiative by Lucasfilm. It's a great start to this brand new era, and I'll keep this spoiler free. It's amazing. I loved it so much. um, I won't get into spoilers, at least not like plot heavy spoilers, but I will mention a few of the characters. I won't mention anything that happens to them, at least in this video, but I just want to talk a bit about them. The Jedi in this book are great. It's even, and especially the supporting cast too. My personal favorites are Avar Kriss, the Jedi, the woman on the cover of the book. She's amazing. I love her, how she views the Force, and like how she goes about doing Jedi business. And I also love Loden Greatstorm, the Twilight Jedi Master. Um, these are probably two like major characters. They're not supporting, but you get their perspective a bit throughout the story. And you see them fight, or not fight, but help during the great disaster that was detailed in all the promotional material. Without getting too spoilery, the great disaster it's a good how do I say it? Like a good like starting conflict is like the stakes are high, but it doesn't get into the territory where it gets like too big, because this is supposed to be an era of peace. There's not supposed to be any wide scale galactic uh, wars, and I think they deal with that very well. The Great Disaster is menacing. It's sad. It's like devastating, but it doesn't get to that point. That's a good thing, I think. I'm not a big fan of breaking continuity. I'm fine with like slightly pulling it, stretching it a bit, but when you outright break it, that's where I kind of get a little iffy on some stuff. Um, and the villains, the Nile, they're at first they're a little kind of a bit of a joke in my opinion, but as the story progresses, a bit of like what they're about kind of unravels, and some players in that group, they get some more backstory and all that, a little bit more information and like their motivations and stuff like that, and that's where it gets good. And all in all, one of the characters from the Nile are also one of my favorites, but I won't get into why, because that's where the mystery comes in. I really liked how like the settings, you don't get much inner core sector, any of the core worlds. You only get Coruscant, and you're mostly in the Outer Rim. And I think that's a great thing. You get to see some new planets, some new systems, some new stuff to add to the lore. And there's also some stuff that some fans from the Legends books and that continuity might enjoy as well. There's some callbacks to some parts from the old canon that eagle-eyed, or not, I don't know, eagle-eyed, but people who are paying attention to when they're reading it might pick up on. And that could mean multiple different, more avenues of storytelling. And and that's about it. I don't want to get too spoilery. I might save that for a second video. But as far as I would say, this novel was amazing. Great jumping on point. I'm currently reading through A Test of Courage right now, and that one's great as well. Aimed for younger kids, but it's actually not that kiddie, you know. It's very, so far it's not mature, but it doesn't treat you like you're stupid, right? But actually, I just thought of some complaints I had for Light of the Jedi. I don't have this written down, but it wasn't much of a breaking point for me. But some points I lose track of who the characters are. Like, I'm not, to be honest, I'm not very well versed on what all the aliens look like, and I'm not very good at remembering names. But so I had a little bit of trouble keeping up with who was who and what was what and all that. At the end of the day, I still know what happened, and I'm able to remember who some of these characters are after a bit. At first, it was just a bit difficult, but that's about it. As I said, I'm reading through A Test of Courage right now, so I have a video on that when I finish that. I'll have a video on the spoilers territories, hopefully, eventually, once I get to that, once I feel like it. And I have Into the Dark, the book by Claudia Gray. I ordered it, so that should be coming in hopefully soon, and I'll hop on to that. And in general, the High Republic looks very promising. I give Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule a solid 8, 8.5, maybe a 9 if I was feeling a bit generous. But 8's pretty good, 8.5, but that's me. So yeah, so hopefully I would recommend it greatly. If you happen to see it, I would pick it up, or maybe you could even order it online, because it's a great book. So yeah, so I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.